Did things that were happening at DARPA ever come up in any of the work you did?
Yeah, only peripherally. There was a point at the end of the first Gulf War where I had to get a Q clearance, which is a nuclear clearance. They're very tightly held. You get a Q clearance, and it's only good for like a week or 2 weeks, and it's only because you absolutely positively need to have this classified nuclear information. So I got this Q clearance, and they sent me out to Vandenberg Air Force Base in Lompoc, California, and so I was able to participate in this meeting seminar kind of thing about advanced weaponry. And it was because I had covered the Iraqi experimental weapons program and the guy who was in charge of it. So there were some DARPA people there. They weren't very open with what they were doing. They spoke in generalities, even though everybody was cleared and we were all cleared for Q. But I remember that was the first time I had ever heard of DARPA. I had been at the agency for 1.5 years.
You never heard of it before?
Nah, never. I had never heard of it. And I went back, and there was another guy in my branch who had a Q clearance. He's now like one of the top 6 people in the CIA. And I said, have you ever heard of this DARPA? And he's like, oh yeah, DARPA. They're working 20 years in advance. Yeah, they're way ahead of anything that you and I can even think of right now.
I've heard 30 to 50 from people before.
That wouldn't surprise me. That wouldn't surprise me. Yeah. And it's funny too, they've got these little nondescript buildings all over the Washington area